worrying about people liking you, fucking dash. Like, I'm trying to have some chemistry. Like, you are not for everyone. I feel like I'm gonna be squinting. You know when the sun is not actually directly in your eyes, but the light from it is like blinding. But if I put on sunglasses, I feel like I'll look obnoxious and just rude and very unnecessary. But we are back. Let me grab my phone because I'm gonna need my phone for this one. I wasn't too sure what to do. I wanted to do a travel vlog to kind of like show you guys what it was like traveling during lockdown, but instead I just answered questions on my Instagram story. If you have any more questions, feel free to message me. I wanted to vlog this trip, but I'm not gonna lie, like I actually, after vlogging my Greece trip a couple of months ago, I actually wanted to just sit back, relax and enjoy this trip without constantly having the camera out, constantly having to worry about how much I've filmed. So on the good old topic of girl talks, I thought I would do a YouTube video on the top 10 things I would tell my younger self about sex and relationships, because I've realized that my platform on here, age-wise, is aimed at girls that are around my age or potentially younger. Granted, there are obviously some beautiful women that are older, but generically speaking, it's typically younger, and a lot of things that we lack knowledge of just as women, men, humans, partly comes from maybe us not being interested, partly comes from us not being raised to know. But on the subject of us not being raised to know, I sit back and think I'm really grateful to my mum and my grandparents because they raised me to know literally everything about my body and what works for me, what doesn't work for me, and how to be hygienic. Oh my god, is that a sweat patch? Oh. Etc, etc. And I wish I could tell my younger self some of the things that my mum taught me. So this video is dedicated to all younger selves out there, the things you wish you knew. I wrote down a list of my top 10 things and let's go through them together. One of the first things I would tell my younger self is that sex is not defined by affection, and affection is not defined by sex. So in other words, the definition of sex is not affection and the definition of affection is not sex. I feel like people put so much weight on sexual contact, sex in general, sex within a relationship, sex when you're single, that it gets blurred and misunderstood for that person loves me, that person's affectionate. We don't need just sex and affection as one. Like, we need them as two separate entities. I mean, you can merge them, hell fucking yeah, you can give me some affectionate sex, but generally speaking, they are two separate entities. This goes for sex and relationships. If someone shows you who they are once, believe them. Now, granted, everyone can have like days of maybe being exceptionally tired or stressed and maybe a little bit more moody on those particular days, but generally speaking, if someone shows you who they are the first time, do not let them show you again and again and again and again. Please believe them the first time. They've done what they've done, they've shown you their true colors, they've also let you know from the jump what their intentions are. And the reason I say this works with both relationships and sex is that when it comes to sex, if they've shown you what they're about from the beginning and all they want from you is sex and nothing more, believe them. Don't sit there and think, oh, don't worry, in a week's time he's gonna be mine. Granted, there are people that over time fall for the person that they claim they're just having sex with, but generally speaking, believe them when they tell you. And in a relationship, if you start getting a gut feeling that something is wrong, or your partner, and this goes for men and women, starts acting slightly off, or there are certain shady behaviors you notice, believe that too. Don't sit back and allow yourself to constantly keep getting hurt when you were given all the red flags and you chose to look at them as yellow. This is something that I follow anyway. So this one isn't necessarily just for my younger self, but also for all the younger selves out there and all the younger girls who are still young. It's not for everyone. You are not for everyone. And that means in whatever way you want to interpret it, to be completely honest. It means you're not for everyone in terms of not everyone is going to like you and love you and want to be with you and want to be friends with you and want to date you. And it also means that your body is not for everyone to have access to. Not just your body, your energy, your time, your mental, your physical, everything about you is not for everyone. I've known it really since I was about 21 years old, so a good few years now. But ideally, I wish I knew that at the age of like 16. You know, when you're in school and you've got your 25 friends and you're like, this is brilliant, this is what I want from life, and it's not for everyone. Now, there are a group of friends that I've got from school that I'm still friends with now, but when I was in school, I had like 6 times the amount. Not every person there deserved my energy, and not every person there wanted my energy, and that's just the reality of it. Take your time and explore your options, and that goes for relationships and sex. Now, wait, whoa. I'm not trying to say, oh my God, can you guys see my sweat? It's actually a joke. I'm not trying to say you need to be out here like serial dating and jumping from relationship to relationship or jumping from bed to bed to bed with people. But take your time and explore means, let's say you do have a relationship or a partner, younger self, take your time to get to know them on a personal level, an emotional level, a mental level, a sexual level. Don't just rush and think, okay, well, I've explored this and it's been 6 months and we've only done this. Have a conversation and communicate and figure out what else you can do to expand what you know about each other, how much you know about each other, and what you want to do to and with each other. I think it's important to know that in each situation you're in, don't treat everything as just like a play-by-play and a bypass. Every single situation you find yourself in is a learning curve. Compatibility is key, not just sexually. Chemistry, honeys. Now, yes, you can sexually be active with people and not have chemistry and it just be a one-night stands. Great, fine. But I do believe that if I could talk to my young self, I'd make it known to her. And this is something I follow anyway, so this isn't exactly anything new for me. This is how I am anyway. You need to have chemistry. It can't just be fucking dash. Like, I'm trying to have some chemistry. Like, I'm trying to, so that when we are even getting down to the nitty-gritty, we are just all up in each other. Like, I'm trying to unzip you and just climb inside. Like, I want to be all up inside you. Like, that's the type of shit I'm here for. You need to be compatible. You need to have something more in common than the fact that you both love to fuck each other. It can't just be that. Like, do you know how unstable a relationship can potentially be if you just rely on the fact that you are good in bed together? Try having sex with someone that you're compatible with and have chemistry with and good in bed together. It's like when you go to a fire-ass restaurant and you don't finish all the food, you take it home and then the next day it's still there and you're like, oh, I get to relive it all over again. That's what that shit is like. It's like taking home good food. It's just fire beyond belief. Differentiate between the people that are important in your life and who they're not. Not everyone is important. No one is more important than yourself. Now that sounds super selfish. And one thing I've learned is that when you're too selfless, you're the one who ends up losing everything. You're constantly refilling other people's glasses when yours is empty and there's nothing more to give and no one is helping fill yours. And that's just not the way we like to do things. Like, that's not an option, bitch. We don't like that. I don't like that. We don't like that. What I mean by that is think of yourself first. Now, I'm not saying like fuck everyone, just like out here telling everyone to piss off and you're just focusing on you and you only, but prioritize your feelings in a situation where you know that maybe you're being treated wrong or you know that it's not something you're comfortable with. Maybe a guy's told you that all he wants you for is sex and you know deep down you want more. Don't put yourself in that situation. Like, you need to come first, because at the end of the day, other people are going to walk away fine and you're the one that's going to be hurt. Stop worrying about people liking you. Fuck everyone. Like, seriously. Okay, maybe not fuck everyone, but stop worrying about people liking you. It's just not that big a deal. It's not that deep. You are going to be so happy in life, and this is definitely to me as my younger self, because this is something I really didn't understand as a child. You are going to be so happy in life with just 4 people in your circle and everyone else being like a friend or an acquaintance. You're going to be so happy with less people. And that's something that people don't really understand very often, is that it's not that big a deal if people don't like you. People spend way too much time trying to get others to like them, and especially in today's day and age with social media, all people care about is being liked and having the best thing and the next best thing for this, the next best thing for that, and you start to lose who you are as a person because you're constantly trying to adapt and change the way you behave, the way you look, your attitude, the way you stand, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way your face looks, and get fillers and all types of shit to try and adjust yourself to the way everyone else wants you to be. I think this one is my all-time favorite. Protect your energy at all times. I am so big on energy that the minute I'm around someone whose energy is off, I feel it. Like, I absorb everything, and I just can't cope with that shit. I can't cope with that shit. Protect your energy at all costs. If you start feeling like someone's moving a bit wild, a relationship you're in isn't quite sitting right with you, your girlfriend's over there maybe leaving you out too often, bye. Learn to be comfortable in your own space to the point that your energy is entirely and wholeheartedly protected at all times. I cannot express how important it is. Learn to travel by yourself, which is, if I'm talking to my younger self, something that I now do and love so much. Learn to be by yourself. Learn to enjoy your energy without anyone else's input of it. That shit is so special, I can't even begin to tell you. Travel, explore. Now, granted, this doesn't necessarily work for everyone, because to travel you need money, to get money, should I say, you need to work, etc. But find a way to balance your income and your outgoings so that you save enough to travel and experience and explore. I can't even put into words the beauty of exploring and seeing so many different parts of the world. It is so crucial in your understanding. And if you are someone that is not able to, and you are young currently and you're not able to just jump on a plane, do your research and just learn about other people, other cultures. I feel like it's really important in understanding how to interact with people from different countries, different races, different shapes, different sizes, different ethnicities. If you don't, or are incapable of traveling, or unable to, pick up a book and learn. Now, every video I talk about how communication is key. This one is key in sex, in relationships, in just meeting people, in family, in life. Never be afraid to ask for what you want and know what you need and want. I feel like everyone's heard the expression, if you don't ask, you don't get. And I never really understood it. Like, growing up, my mum always used to say to me, just open your mouth and ask. And I used to be like, oh no, I don't want to offend someone, or I don't want to say something that someone's going to get emotional and upset about. And I would keep my mouth shut, and I would end up losing out, because 95% of the time, if I just asked said person, I probably would have received what I was asking for. Honestly, guys, the sweat dripping down my neck right now, right? If you ever did see it close up, it's absolutely vulgar. Absolutely fucking disgusting. That goes for the ins and outs of things like sex and it being consensual. That goes for if you want your partner during sex to try particular things. Just ask. If it's a no, it's a no. You keep it moving. If it's a yes, there you go. Brilliant, you explore. And we are diddy done. I know that probably was quite a short video. I always think they're really short when I film them, and when I edit them, they're like 20 minutes long, and I'm like, fuck, no one's actually going to listen to me talking for 20 minutes. But yet some people do. And that's why I love you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be doing more videos while I'm out here. I am a sweaty mess. I need to get changed because I feel absolutely disgusting. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope this helped. Please, 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 please comment below some pointers that you would tell your younger self about all types of sex and relationships. Let's get into it. I might delve into it a little bit more and do like a more intense and unpacked version, but for now, these are my top 10 things. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.